The morning began like countless others on Live with Kelly and Mark, the bright studio lights glowing warmly, cameras rolling, laughter filling the air, and the comforting rhythm of a show that has become part of millions of viewers' daily routines. Kelly Ripa moved through her familiar role with energy and charm, while Mark Consuelos sat beside her, calm, composed, and attuned to the rhythm of the broadcast. Yet beneath that polished surface, a subtle shift lingered, one that Kelly noticed immediately. The slight pause in Mark's movements, the quiet moments that carried more meaning than words, and the way years of shared life allowed her to read signals that most could not. To the audience, the show may have looked ordinary, but in those small, silent gestures, something profound was unfolding. A reminder that even routine can hold deep human truth when observed with attention and care. The illusion of effortless strength. Mark. Consuelos has long projected an image of confidence, composure, and balance. An effortless presence on screen, a thriving career, a strong partnership, and a family life admired publicly. Morning television thrives on that sense of calm reliability, creating a soothing rhythm for viewers. Yet beneath that ease, Mark carried the quiet weight of responsibility and expectation. Success and admiration do not insulate anyone from self-doubt or inner tension, and the effort to appear composed can mask the strain of unspoken challenges. That contrast between outward poise and internal experience reflects a universal truth, that what we see often hides layers of feeling, concern, and vulnerability. The moment revealed to viewers that even those who seem to have it all together experience deeply human struggles that rarely make the headlines. A conversation that emerged naturally. What made the morning particularly poignant was how organically the moment unfolded. There was no dramatic setup or warning. A light-hearted exchange slowly shifted into something more meaningful, catching both the hosts and the audience off guard. Mark chose to speak honestly in that instant, not rehearsed or calculated, but instinctive, born of a need to express something real. His voice remained steady, yet his words carried weight, signaling the significance of what he shared. Kelly's attentive silence reinforced the authenticity of the exchange. The studio, usually alive with predictable rhythms, became still. Viewers witnessed a rare vulnerability, a moment when the familiar setting of entertainment was transformed into a space for shared human emotion and understanding. The pressure to always be strong. Mark spoke openly about the quiet pressure he had long felt. The expectation to be reliable, composed, and unflappable. To admit struggle felt like admitting imperfection, something many people silently experience, yet few acknowledge publicly. Over time, that pressure can build walls even within loving relationships. Mark realized that his self-worth had been too closely tied to what he achieved or provided, rather than who he truly was. His reflections resonated because this is a shared human experience, applicable across professions, households, and life circumstances. Strength, he demonstrated, is not endurance without feeling. It is the courage to acknowledge limits and speak honestly about them. In doing so, he modeled a deeper, more authentic version of resilience that many could relate to. The quiet hum of emotional strain. Rather than presenting anxiety as dramatic or overwhelming, Mark described it as subtle, persistent, and quietly present. It lingered in the background, threatening to throw our late nights, early mornings, and moments that should have felt peaceful. For years, he minimized it, dismissing it as routine stress or convincing himself it would dissipate if ignored. Yet the tension persisted, growing quietly, until it could no longer remain hidden. By articulating this experience, Mark gave language to feelings that many struggle to express. His honesty reframed emotional strain as normal, human, and worthy of attention. And it opened space for viewers to recognize similar experiences in their own lives without shame or judgment. Resonance beyond the studio. The impact of Mark's honesty extended far beyond the live broadcast. Social media and public response reflected recognition rather than surprise, as viewers saw their own feelings mirrored in his candidness. Mental health advocates praised the moment for challenging the stigma surrounding men expressing emotion, showing that vulnerability can coexist with perceived strength. Mark did not position himself as an expert or offer solutions. He simply spoke truthfully, and in that simplicity, the moment gained power. The broadcast transformed from entertainment into a shared human experience, demonstrating that authenticity, when modeled by someone admired and respected, can ripple outward and create profound connection. After the cameras stopped. Once the show concluded, the moment did not vanish. It transformed. Mark felt relief, followed by reflection and reassurance, both on set and at home. The act of speaking openly softened barriers, deepened conversations with colleagues, and prompted meaningful dialogue within his family. Rather than fracturing relationships, vulnerability opened doors. His children asked thoughtful questions, and Mark chose honesty over avoidance. The fear that acknowledging struggle would diminish respect or authority proved unfounded. Instead, it cultivated empathy, connection, and understanding, revealing that courage often manifests in the willingness to be honest and present, even when it feels risky. Small steps toward lasting change. Following that morning, Mark embraced subtle yet meaningful changes. He prioritized quiet reflection, acknowledged his emotions instead of dismissing them, and allowed himself space to rest and recharge. These incremental adjustments were not perfect or linear, but they were real and intentional. That single televised moment became a touchstone, a reminder that honesty is survivable and even liberating. Through it, he modeled the essential lesson that strength is not the absence of struggle, but the ability to be human and authentic while continuing to engage fully with life, relationships, and personal growth. Transforming routine into reflection. The day's events reshaped more than just personal practices. They reframed the role of the show itself. Live with Kelly and Mark, long known for humor and comfort, became a space for shared human reflection, demonstrating how ordinary routines can hold extraordinary meaning. Audiences were reminded that behind every smile and practiced joke is a person navigating real emotions. By sharing their experience, Kelly and Mark highlighted how courage, empathy, and attentiveness can emerge in everyday settings, showing viewers that vulnerability and authenticity are not reserved for crises. They are woven into the fabric of daily life. The human connection. Invulnerability. At its core, the morning was a testament to the power of human connection. Vulnerability, met with presence and support, creates a shared understanding that transcends the boundaries of the television screen. Kelly and Mark's willingness to express emotion, witness it in one another, and allow the audience to observe without judgment offered a powerful lesson. Honesty invites empathy, and seeing someone fully, warts, fears, and all, strengthens relationships and community alike. Their actions reminded viewers that courage is often quiet, found in moments where love, trust, and authenticity intersect. A legacy of openness and care. Ultimately, this moment left a lasting impression far beyond entertainment. By embracing vulnerability and modeling honest expression, Mark and Kelly created space for dialogue, reflection, and self-awareness for millions of viewers. Ordinary gestures, a hand held, a pause, a quiet acknowledgement, became profound demonstrations of care, presence, and partnership. The experience underscored that meaningful strength arises not from perfection or image, but from willingness to show one's humanity, seek support, and nurture connection. Their story affirms that honesty, empathy, and love endure as the foundations of life, relationships, and personal growth. Moving forward with intention. In the weeks and months following that broadcast, their lives reportedly took on renewed intentionality. Small moments of togetherness, reflection, and shared awareness became central to both personal routines and professional engagement. The experience reinforced the value of presence, the importance of listening to oneself and each other, and the courage to embrace vulnerability, even in public spaces. What initially appeared as a private challenge became an opportunity for connection, growth, and deeper understanding, leaving audiences with a lasting lesson. Authenticity, love, and careful attention to life's quiet truths are among the most courageous and rewarding acts of all.